I think I should give up. I don't think I should go on. Maybe I should stop. I'm not good enough. I heard myself saying these things to myself over and over again for many, many years. These words became the narrative of my life. And then I knew something needed to change because nothing was going in the way I wanted it to. I was not experiencing success. I was not able to stick to one thing that I loved for a long time. And all my failures, all the mistakes I made taught me 5 things that I'm going to be sharing here in this video today. Yes, it's true. Tough times never last, but tough people do. And if you want to be a tough person who knows exactly how to not give up, this video might be the right one for you. Number 1, have a clear, definite goal and make sure it's a big one. You know, what I think is extremely important before you start out on anything at all is to have a clear picture of exactly what you want. It should be a very definite goal that you have in mind. However, it's not important to just have a definite goal. Your goal should also be something big. Your goal has to be something that excites you. Think about your goal often. Visualize it often. Believe that it's happening to you. Let it excite you. Feel the emotions of excitement when you think about how you will be when you achieve the goal. Increase the stakes on the goal. The moment you have a lot of emotions attached to your goal, you are going to fight harder for it. You won't give up at the first sign of difficulty or at the first sign of failure. Imagine having a goal that doesn't excite you. What could be more boring and uninspiring than that? Imagine having a goal that's so easy or so meaningless to you that you don't care about it. The absolute opposite will keep you on track. Have a goal that's so exciting that you want to wake up every day and work towards it. That is rule number 1. Have a big, clear, specific goal because that will help keep you on track because of how much of emotion you have attached to it. Number 2, if you don't really want to give up, this is the second step I recommend. I know somebody very closely. She walked out of a difficult marriage with 7,000 rupees in her bank account and 3 children. She had a very difficult phase for many, many years of her life. However, today she owns a factory, has 62 employees and is doing really, really well for herself. When I asked her how she did it, she just told me this: what other choice did I have? Wow. What other choice did I have? Aren't those words really simple and deep at the same time? She had no choice. She had no backup plan. If you really, really want to achieve something, have one big goal and have no other backup plan. Don't say, okay, I'm going to try and climb the Mount Everest. But you know what? If I can't, I'll probably climb something else. If I can't climb that one, maybe I'll climb something else. Don't do that. Have one specific goal. Have no backup plan to do if you don't achieve that goal. Yes, you might have a million ways of achieving that one goal, but don't have too many goals. Don't have a backup plan. That way, you will be a lot more determined when it comes to trying to achieve it. Because, well, what other choice do you have? Number 3. Each time I get stuck, I'm tempted to brainstorm and think of a million ways that I can unstuck myself or that I can come out of a situation. However, I read a book recently which just made this much simpler for me. The book said, every time you get stuck, ask yourself, what is the one thing that I can do right now that will make this or any other action unnecessary or even much easier? Let me say that in a simpler manner. Every time you get stuck, don't think about the 20 things that you can do. Think about the one big thing that you can do that's going to make everything else easier for you. Generally, if you think hard enough, you will come down to the one thing that's really the crux of the matter, the most important thing. On the other hand, you could ask yourself another question. Who is the one person who can help me in this situation? And then get after that one thing, get after that one person. Sometimes we get really tempted to try and find too many solutions to a problem, too many people that could help us. But generally, the answer is in that one thing, is in that one person. That is the main tipping point. And I wish that you try to find that one person on that one thing that can help you. Don't be lazy about it. Get onto it. And that one thing or that one person will surely help you achieve your goal and not give up. Number 4, each time I get stuck somewhere and I want to give up, I've started doing this one little exercise. I take time out. I take a few hours or days away from the problem. I know sometimes it may not be the easiest, but just distancing myself from my problem, not proactively thinking about it, can do two things. Number 1, the bird's eye view of my own problem might give me a different perspective to it. And number 2, sometimes when you're least consciously aware of it, you might get an idea or a suggestion or some sort of a thought that might help you overcome your problem. This, I find, has been extremely difficult to implement, yet extremely powerful. So the next time you're stuck somewhere and you want to give up, don't give up immediately. Take 2 days out of it. Think about it that time. Maybe you'll get a different perspective. Maybe you'll get a different solution that might help you keep on track and not give up at all. Number 5, understand the signals. If you get stuck somewhere every single time, or if you feel you're going round and round in circles and feel like giving up very often, ask yourself, what is the signal that I should be getting from here? You could also ask yourself this: what could I see, learn, or do differently that will solve this problem once and for all? Tough times are great teachers. They teach us things and help us think in a way that we never considered possible. And if you are able to ask yourself these 2 questions, and if you can sit down and honestly think about the answers to these 2 questions, you might be making major jumps in your career, in your profession, or in whatever it is that is giving you trouble. And that would then help you stay on track and meet your goals. As a little disclaimer, I would like to add, however, after having done all these 5 strategies, after having tried everything at all, if you still feel that you want to get off your goal, maybe it's because you understand better. Maybe your goal wasn't as exciting for you. Maybe you found something else. In that case, that's not failure. That's not leading off the track. That is basically pivoting and going and finding something that's better for you, doing something that makes more sense to you. In that case, more power to you. Make that decision, jump on to doing something else that excites you more, that makes you want to be more dedicated and put in more effort, because that might be the one change you need in your life. Through this simple video, I hope I've managed to give some kind of hope to a lot of people. I know many people right now are at this juncture in their lives where they're struggling with understanding how to deal with all the little impediments coming in front of them. It's difficult for some of us to pay our rent, to pay other expenses that we may have. But we really need to remember this: tough times don't last. This too will pass, but tough people do. And these 5 steps can genuinely make you mentally tough, because they give you nothing but a direction and a way to think and a way to train your brain to look at the positives, to look at the light instead of the darkness.